Join me as I dive into the controversy and challenge myself to uncover whether big tech's H-1B visa problem is really threatening American jobs. The H-1B visa program has been a hot topic of debate in the tech industry, with big tech companies relying heavily on it to bring in skilled foreign workers. On one hand, critics argue that it allows companies to exploit cheap foreign labor, driving down wages and taking away jobs from American workers. Some even claim that it's used to replace existing employees with cheaper alternatives. On the other hand, proponents of the program argue that it's essential for filling critical skill gaps, allowing companies to stay competitive in the global market. One of the biggest criticisms of the H-1B visa program is that it's being abused by companies to bring in low-wage workers rather than highly skilled ones. This not only hurts American workers, but also undermines the original intent of the program. Furthermore, the lack of transparency in the application process and the sheer volume of applications have led to concerns about the program's effectiveness in achieving its goals. The debate has sparked intense reactions from both sides, with some calling for stricter regulations and others advocating for an expansion of the program. But amidst the noise, it's essential to examine the facts and separate myth from reality. Big tech companies claim that H-1B visas are necessary to fill critical skill gaps in the industry. They argue that there simply aren't enough American workers with the required skills to meet the demand. However, labor advocates and worker groups disagree, stating that companies are using the program as a convenient excuse to avoid investing in American talent. They point to instances where companies have laid off American workers only to replace them with H-1B visa holders. One major counterargument to the company's claims is that the program allows them to bypass American workers and opt for cheaper foreign labor instead. This not only deprives American workers of job opportunities, but also drives down wages across the industry. Moreover, the program has been criticized for lacking adequate safeguards to prevent abuse and ensure that American workers are given priority. In recent years, reports have emerged of companies exploiting loopholes in the program to bring in low-wage workers. For instance, a report by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services found that many companies were using the program to bring in workers who were not necessarily highly skilled, but rather were just cheap. Such incidents have only added fuel to the fire, with many calling for a complete overhaul of the program. Just recently, a report by the Economic Policy Institute highlighted the stark reality of the H-1B visa program. It found that the top 10 H-1B visa sponsors in 2020 were all outsourcing companies, and that the program was being used to bring in low-wage guest workers rather than highly skilled ones. This has sparked renewed calls for reform, with many arguing that the program needs to be reworked to prioritize American workers. The debate surrounding H-1B visas and their impact on American jobs is complex and multifaceted. While big tech companies argue that they're essential for filling critical skill gaps, workers and labor advocates claim that they're being exploited to drive down wages and displace American workers. One thing is clear, however: the status quo is unsustainable, and a comprehensive overhaul of the program is long overdue. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on H-1B visas in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about immigration policy, be sure to check out our upcoming video on the topic.